Peeps, it's Eileen Fee of Transform Your Body Fitness. I'm a physical therapist and a fitness coach. So what do I have for you today? Let's continue the series of natural remedies to treat sinus congestion and sinus infection. It's prevalent this year. I can't tell you how many of my co-workers and people around me that have the sinus infections. They're not feeling good. Some people have to call out of work, and it's just that it makes you feel awful, sluggish, you're tired, you can't breathe because you're not sleeping. So that's why I'm taking some time and trying to show you that there's alternative ways to treat this with natural remedies rather than always going to the doctors to get the antibiotics and the decongestive type of medications. So what do I have for you today? Ancient Chinese secret. Let's talk about reflexology and acupressure points. Now, a lot of people have maybe heard of foot reflexology, and even if you haven't, sometimes I think it's misunderstood. So that's why I want to maybe even use an example here. Because what happens is that what people can't relate to is when you're actually treating one area to affect another. So let's kind of get on the same page together. I just want to give a little analogy. Everybody is familiar when I say sciatica, sciatic type of pain. Sciatic pain is really a low back problem, but so many times when my patients come into me, they say, my leg hurts. And I say, okay, and then I go through the examination and I say, well, no, it's really a back problem. You have a herniated disc, and in some cases it might be degenerative type of a disc, but it's related, and sometimes it's even pressure on the sciatic nerve muscularly up in the butt area. But the point is that it's not the leg. And so when I say this is what we're going to do to treat that area, and they're like, yeah, but my pain is in my leg. And so that's why a lot of people don't understand that concept that the pain might be in one area, but you're going to treat another area in order to relieve that. Because if I treated the leg and untreated the low back portion, the leg pain is going to remain, all right? That's kind of the idea behind reflexology. There's a lot more to explain, but that's kind of at least the analogy. Reflexology is based on, and acupressure as well, is based on meridians of the body. It's the way that the body distributes energy, and one area affects the other, all right? So foot reflexology, if you were to look at a chart, and I will post these charts in a blog that I'm going to write up. So that's why I always look for the blog after this video, because I can give better illustrations and better step-by-step instructions that you can follow to do this. But reflexology, if you were to look on a chart, in fact, I'm just going to use my foot, the sinuses on that chart are up in the toe region. And the eye and the ears are represented right at the base of the toes. And right underneath there is where the lungs are represented. So if you were to treat the sinuses using reflexology of the foot, you can take your hand and just pull on your toes and, kind of give them a massage. And you can actually, down in this area, take your thumbs, you can even take your knuckle, get in there, and what you're doing, you're relieving the pressure down here that will relieve the pressure here. It is so cool, actually. So that's how you would do that. Now, there's reflexology points in your ear, and a lot of people are not aware of that at all. They've at least maybe heard of foot reflexology, but as far as the ear, that kind of, nobody really talks about that, but it's just as effective. It's the same idea that there's points on the ear that represent different parts of the body. Now, the part of the ear that represents the sinuses, if you take your finger on your earlobe and then you take your finger right next to that, that is the point that represents the sinuses. So you can just use your finger and apply pressure and just hold that. Now, some people say, I really don't feel like just going like this. Well, there is a way of doing this actually using clothespins. I don't happen to have a clothespin. I have a chip clip. I know I'm going to catch flack for this, but it's the same idea. It applies the same amount of pressure. Best I can do, being creative, But anyway, take your finger, take whether it's the clothespin or the chip clip, and you put it right next to there, and there you go. And you can sit and work all day on your computer with your chip clip on. But at least your sinuses will feel better. People will think you're crazy. But you know what? Who cares what people think? You got to do things that are good for you. But if you want to choose to do this in private, you can do it in private. But it's the idea that this area of the ear, if you even massage it, apply pressure, you can decompress the sinus area. Now there's also an acupressure point that if you take your hand and right in the V shape of the hand right here where the index finger and the thumb kind of meet, you can apply pressure there. I don't know whether you can see that okay. And you hold that for a couple of minutes. Same idea, you're applying pressure here to decompress and to relieve the sinus problems in the sinus areas. There's also obviously sinus points up in the head area, you know, right above maybe the nose, and you're down below here and like over here. Because this is all the areas where the sinuses are. And you hold that for a couple of, 30 seconds, a minute. Some people even say 2 to 3 minutes. But try these. My bottom line is that, again, you can go and get the medication. That's the easy way out. But I'm trying to say there's a better way. There's a way that's more natural, that doesn't have the side effects. Doesn't cost you anything, so why don't you try it? These are the things that you may need to use in combination of all the things that I'm showing you. But say if you're at work and you just start going like this, if you don't have your chip clip. So again, these are tools that I'm giving you that you pull out of your back pocket when you need them to provide you relief, because again, sinus problems are on the rise this year because of the high counts of pollen. It's about staying as healthy as you can for as long as you can. More to come and giving you more natural remedies, and just it's about having a great day because you're trying to be as healthy as you can. So stay tuned. Have a great day, guys.